Hi guys, welcome to the Wrestling Retrospective, and in today's video I want to go through a particular idea I've had about one of the more talked about wrestlers of 2025, and by far the greatest luchador in all of Lucha Libre, El Grande Americano. And now I'm aware that this idea, when I get to it, is a bit bonkers, and it will definitely not happen, but the reaction it would get, I think, would be absolutely priceless. So it's kind of like a fantasy booking type thing. It's not like a too long fantasy booking. I'm not going to go week by week or month by month. I've kind of just got one general idea and then one payoff that I kind of want to go through. I thought it'd make a cool video, so yeah, so here we are. So yeah, we all presume after Chad Gable leaving to get surgery, that Ludwig Kaiser has picked up the what would you call it, the prestigious mask of El Grande, and yeah, that was very clear. Ivy and I even addressed the fact that it was Ludwig Kaiser on Raw last week, but I think it would be a pretty cool idea, and I feel like it would also spark a lot of curiosity about the El Grande Americano character if they went in kind of a different direction with it than usual, than just replacing him just straight away. But anyway, my idea is that someone is El Grande Americano, but it's somebody different every week. So then there really isn't one definite El Grande Americano. Or well, there is, the guy that debuted as El Grande Americano, who we don't know who that is. But to have this be this idea of it could be anybody, and loads of people are being El Grande Americano, I think would be very funny. So obviously first we've had Ludwig Kaiser, and then Apollo Crews could be El Grande, Omos could wear the El Grande Americano gear in AAA, Tozawa could do it, Lexis King I feel like would be funny to have as El Grande, have Brutus Creed have a go at it, maybe even for a laugh have Dominic Mysterio don the mask, Tyler Bate, Miles Bourne. You know, people that aren't regularly on television but could quite easily just come up to Raw for especially the NXT guys could come up to Raw for 2 or 3 weeks, but they're under the mask, so it's not an official debut for them. You could even have The Miz do it. I feel like that'd be quite funny, and Miz would get properly into it as well. And maybe someone like Siobhan Evans, who's took to the lucha style quite well during Worlds Collide, so I feel like it would hide the El Grande thing well. But yeah, for months and months and months, different people are showing up as El Grande Americano. You know, Ivy, Nile, and the Creeds are absolutely perplexed by it. They have no idea what's going on, because for whatever reason, they're booking it so El Grande isn't in American made, even though it says American made on his mask, which I've never really understood why they've done that. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, the idea is that we don't know who the true identity of El Grande Americano is. So we get to the Royal Rumble. This has been going on for months and months, all different people being El Grande. And on the Royal Rumble show, hopefully by this point, Chad Gable will be back. Or at least back enough that he can be on screen. So he doesn't necessarily have to wrestle. All he has to do is be on screen, for my idea. And on the Royal Rumble show, we get the 2 men and women's Royal Rumbles, absolutely fine. I'm not going to change that, probably a match or 2. But we also have El Grande Royables, where we have all the people who have been El Grande Americano in one battle royal to crown the one true El Grande Americano. And yeah, we kind of see how we get eliminated. And we have, importantly to say, Chad Gable is the outside enforcer for this match. So hopefully that'll kind of throw people for a loop, because they assume Gable's going to be in it, and turns out he's not, and he wasn't originally the El Grande Americano. So anyway, we get on to the last 2. And it's someone that we don't really know, and we can't really figure out who it is, and Ludwig Kaiser under the mask as well. So they start wrestling, so I find it off, and let's say Kaiser goes for a certain move, I don't know. The other El Grande avoids it and hits him with a wicked clothesline. The clothesline is so impactful that the mask comes off Ludwig, and it's quite clearly him. He's all perplexed because he can't believe his identity has been revealed. And the last El Grande Americano eliminates Ludwig Kaiser, and then we get the reveal, the unmasking of the original El Grande Americano, who is John Bradshaw Layfield. It's JBL. Now, my thinking is the fact that he has done the stuff in AAA and he's kind of part of a group, or is like he's leading some kind of thing in AAA, so I feel like people don't like him as far as luchas go anyway. JBL has had plenty of history with luchadors, and especially like Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. I think back to when he stood on the border, was sending people back as part of the Eddie Guerrero feud, and Rey Mysterio retired him second, I believe, at WrestleMania 25. So yeah, he's got plenty of histories hating luchadors as well. And then from that point, you can have JBL manage American Made and get them, you know, to championship gold. So you get Ivan Isle to the Women's Intercontinental Championship, the Creeds to the World Tag Team Championships, and Chad Gable to the Intercontinental Championship. And yeah, we kind of go from that point where it's like, we have this big build with Grande Americano. It turns out to be JBL, which it clearly wasn't to begin with. You can imagine JBL trying to do a 450 senton, or 450 moonsault senton for the top rope. That would be hilarious, just trying to see that. But like, yeah, I feel like it sets up American Made to kind of be a big group in the future of WWE, with a former WWE champion and a wrestling god in JBL by their side. So yeah, anyway, that's my idea for El Grande Americano. If you can imagine this ever happening, which I think will be hilarious. But do put down in the comments below, like, who you think El Grande Americano really is, like the original one. What you thought of this idea, with JBL being the true El Grande and all the other people being El Grande over the next few months. And yeah, any ideas that you might have for the El Grande Americano character, I'd love to hear them in the comments. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.